Huge talks ahead for Elon Musk, the new owner of Twitter, the global microblogging site. Internet entrepreneurs and digital marketing experts are convinced that he's going to do more spending on art strategy rather than working hard to bring down the number of Twitter crew. One of Twitter's former executive, Jason Goldman, during a Twitter Space conversation hosted by Washington Post, cautioned against reoccurrence of initial policies of the site of creating ads only that would be better than Facebook, headed by Evan Williams, now hosted, which eventually doomed the company as a public stock.
And one of the disputes that actually led to Evan Williams' ouster by the board was hedging on the all-in on ad strategy. And the board wasn't really having that. And it was in the run up to the IPO, we're doing ads and it's going to be better than Facebook. And I think that sort of comparative to Facebook in the run up to the company going public with this ads only business is what doomed the company as a public company, because it was just never going to be Facebook. It was never going to look as good as Facebook. And then it just sort of languished in comparison as a public stock, and then suffered, in the last few years from fairly indifferent product leadership from Jack as the CEO. Like, there were good product leaders there, but the product just simply wasn't evolving. So I think that created the conditions for the company to be taken out.
Also, Elizabeth Dulskin, a tech writer from the Wall Street Journal at San Francisco Bureau, talked about how terrible Twitter advertising system is, and as such, the company has been spending a lot of money to show up this deficiency.
Last couple, one of the reasons Twitter spending has gone up so significantly is because they've been spending a lot to try to shore up their targeted advertising system, because their ad systems were just so terrible compared to Facebook. And they knew that it was if they were going to make money off ads on any level, they needed to spend. And so I'm interested in, and then, you have Elon talking about in all of his plans that he's, his pitch decks to investors, talking about how he's going to massively slim down the company and lay off people. And I think it's interesting. And then he's saying today that to advertisers that, he's going to serve them. And I feel like there's this conflict that's there between, you actually need to spend money. If you want to create a powerful advertising platform, you actually need to spend money. And Twitter's been trying to do that and is only starting. And so if you're going to totally pare down the company to a skeleton crew or some version of that, and you're not, how are you going to make any revenues? How is that ever going to get Twitter out of?
And will former U.S. President Donald Trump, suspended from Twitter for antisocial comments on January the 6th, be willing to be legally bound to stay on exclusivity window with his post? Drew Orwell, Washington Post artificial intelligence reporter, has more to say.
Trump will stay over there. But yeah, for the people who are kind of wondering, where's Trump? I expected him to be back on Twitter now. It's kind of a rude awakening, but we'll see what this, Content Moderation Council does.
I have a question for the reporters. Did Trump make a promise during the SPAC for Truth Social that he would be on Truth?
Yes, actually. He, in exchange for getting 90% of the company that's running Truth Social, he promised some exclusivity. There's actually a couple different agreements, but the most recent agreement, he said there would be an exclusivity window where everything he would post would have to go onto Truth Social first for 8 hours before he could post it anywhere else. So it's kind of like a loose sort of soft launch exclusivity. But, the guy has continued to say exactly what he said on Twitter for many, many months. He's continued to spread, election BS and QAnon conspiracy theory lies. So everything that kept him off of Twitter in the first place and that led to his suspension after January 6th is still a problem. But whether that exclusivity window is really something that he'll be legally bound to, I think that's a big question.